What's up, everybody? It's Nate with Sonic Electronix. We're at SEMA 2025 with Kelvin. Woo. Yes, you heard that right. Kelvin, a product specialist at JVC. And you know, I've had a chance to have a sneak peek at these products with Kelvin and the others at JVC. Man, I am so excited because for years, as the owner of Sonic Electronix, I've been wanting to see direct replacement, vehicle-specific solutions with stereos, not just single din and double dins. And we have it, man. You guys did such a great job. I can't wait to learn about this. So can you tell us a little bit about this one first?
No, absolutely. And I kind of want to speak to something you said originally. The industry, it's pretty agreeable. Everybody's just moving towards integration. And that's kind of what made us step into this direction.
Awesome.
So enough about that. Now, I will start off with the 10-inch variant. This is going to be the KW-Z1000AW. Now, when in terms of direct replacement, what we were thinking is we want to hit as many cars as possible.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the dash configuration, it's actually the 4-inch variant of the Ford F-150 dash. Knowing those customers, generally, after having a screen that small, you're going to want to go as big as possible. So that was part of the idea process. But really, to me, what speaks to most about direct replacement, as of this point, is going to be the 8-inch variant. Now, as you can see here, this is a Tahoe Yukon Suburban dash. Now, realistically, when you look at what the radio itself is, it is a raw screen with a modular chassis. So what that allows us to do is get it into places where other solutions haven't been able to do in the past. Now, as again, direct replacement, we are trying to directly replace everything without having to add components that, you know, not naming names, will fail over time that we've seen. So, you know, dash kits degrade. If you have integration modules, sometimes maybe those will give, you know, a headache. Whereas direct replacement, everything that's used is OEM. So it is the OEM dash inside the Apex kits, because we partnered with Maestro for this project, and these kits are awesome. Once you open that box, you get metal brackets with T-harness style connections. The Maestro RR runs everything. So what that means is when I say everything's retained, you get your volume knob functions. If you have a vehicle that the climate controls run through the radio, that's going to get retained as well. As you can see on the screen, you get to see your vehicle information. But it goes so much more than that I mean, I don't want to take an hour of you guys' time, but the integration is there.
So can you tell us a little bit about this screen then that we're looking at right here? This is the OEM screen, or is this your guys' screen?
No, so this is our screen. It's an 8-inch size, and we did that because that's going to fit the most amount of vehicles as of right now. It's our starter. However, we do plan to expand compatibility later in the future.
For different size factory screens?
Correct.
And so in this screen right here, the customer takes their OEM screen out,
correct,
replaces it with the JVC screen, and they get 3 other pieces, correct?
Correct. So when thinking about ordering it for a customer, there are 4 pieces that you need. From us, JVC, it's the radio and the chassis. Those are coming together. But then what else you're going to need is the Apex kit for the compatible vehicle. You're going to need your Maestro RR or RR2, depending on the application. And then you're going to need a Ken 1 harness that's going to wire from our radio into the RR. So it truly is as plug and play as we can get at this point.
And you know, it's really good when you buy from Sonic Electronix. One of the things we offer is we offer these pre-packaged bundles of those components. So if you put your vehicle information in, we're going to show you the direct replacement from JVC right out of the rip, and you're going to be able to get everything you need from the screen to the RR2 to the other parts, the harness that plugs into the RR2.
Absolutely.
So it's really, we try to make it as easy as possible with one single purchase, one single SKU. When you go from this unit and you start talking about like this one, can you go back to this unit and
Absolutely.
maybe explain how many vehicles that you guys are hitting with this?
So in terms of compatibility, total we are estimated at 45 million vehicles on the road today.
That are supported.
That is reported. Now, when you look at the entire compatibility, as you said, that you'll have like a sort of fit guide or something along those lines, anything that is not an 8-inch solution is going to get this 10-inch.
And so when they get this, for this unit right here, we sell this unit already at Sonic Electronix. When you're looking at this Ford customer, which is super popular, right? We see the XLs and XLTs come through our website all the time. You guys are out there driving your trucks, and like he said, Kelvin said, hey, you don't like that 4-inch screen, you get darn sick of it really quick. When you look at this, what are they buying from start to finish? We got the main unit. Again, is there 2 or 3 other parts?
Correct, yes. So it's going to be the same configuration. You're going to need that dash, or the kit. I don't want to say dash kit, you know.
The Apex kit?
The Apex kit, thank you. The RR, and then of course the Ken 1.
Got it. And so from there, on our site, the differences and the variations you'll see. So it's the one main unit that everybody's buying. The RR2, everybody's getting that. The difference would be just really amongst all the vehicles is that Apex kit's going to be varied amongst all the vehicles and the harness that goes into the R2, correct?
Correct, yes.
Yeah, so, and that's the part where you go to our website, you type in your year, make, model. We're going to then show you the different configuration that you'll need to get the JVC rocking and rolling. Can you give us maybe a better understanding too of the awesome features that a guy gets when he goes from just that little tiny 4-inch screen with no CarPlay, no Android Auto? I mean, those are two big features, right? But what else do you get when you go step up to this beautiful screen?
So as you mentioned, of course, there is the CarPlay, there's the Android Auto. But
wireless too, right?
Wireless as well.
Yeah.
Wired and wireless. Yeah. But when it comes to the actual features of the radio, there are just so many to talk about. So for example, you get this beautiful display. The reason it is so vibrant is because it's optically bonded. To keep that short, we shoot a resin between the touch panel and the LCD panel, and it prevents light refraction. So you get a super clear image that no amount of light from the sunlight, tunnel light, whatever have it, or whatever it may be, will prevent you from seeing this unit. On top of that, these are also HD compatible front and rear for those cameras. So you can take full advantage of that awesome resolution with your front and rear backup cameras.
You know, I want to stop you there because for me, you know, as a guy, I've been doing this for 25 years, man. We sell everything, right? The cheapest units, if you will, all the way up to the primo units. And this JVC brand, I think it doesn't get enough appreciation in our industry. One of the things that I've learned over the years with JVC, and I've been to different events and spent time with the different executives at JVC, is the detail that they have in the manufacturing process. You don't really get to see it when we're on the floor talking about products like this, but the defect rate of JVC is so absurdly low, and that is because the manufacturing behind the scenes is so absurdly high standards. And I just want to say one more thing with regards to the screen, because he brought that up. It's crazy. I have owned JVC before. In fact, one of our first YouTube videos, you guys would laugh if you go back and look at it, is me talking about a JVC El Chameleon. That dates me. But I'll tell you, JVC displays have always been impeccable and amazing, and to hear you describe that to me is just fantastic for the users. Guys, when you step up and you buy this versus the cheapy stuff that you can see out there, and there's a lot of stuff, even we sell some of the cheaper stuff, there is a big difference in the screen. You may not see it on a 2D image on the internet, you may not even see it in our video when we're showing you this, but I'm telling you right now, when you get a JVC unit and you put it in, besides the appreciation after doing a DIY install, you actually have the appreciation of a good unit. I mean, how crappy is it when you install something and you're like, you don't actually enjoy it? After you install, you're like, oh crud, what a letdown. This is gonna be just a total pick-me-up, because that screen, man, JVC is sweet. And you know, you're sitting there, you know, whether you're, I guess, at a gas station waiting for your kid's soccer game to finish, you know, picking your kids up from school, and you're sitting there watching the game, doing whatever you want to do, because if you're in park, you can do that, right?
Absolutely.
Not while you're driving. Man, it's just an exciting thing to have a much better screen than those cheapy screens. I love that you hit hit the nail on the head on that.
Exactly. And one more thing I will add, HDMI compatibility.
Yes, so you get the input.
You get even more out of the screen. You absolutely input something into that, and like you said, parked, you can watch whatever pretty much you want out of that HDMI input.
I mean, if you had a PS5, you could even put a PS5 in there. Just saying.
Exactly.
Not while you're driving, but yeah. So
parked.
Yes, parked only. So as far as other than that, what about audio settings and outputs? As far as like if you were to add amps and subs and speakers and whatnot, what do you have on this unit?
So there's a lot to talk about there as well, because it's not just looks with the Z1000.
Yeah.
You absolutely get a very strong signal coming out of those pre-outs. It's 4 volts coming out of the pre-outs. We have dedicated sub-channels as well. So you have a left and a right, which is important nowadays. Yep. So there's a lot of strength going to a full system. I mean, this is like...
It's a huge upgrade.
It's like the cream on top, if you will, or the cherry on top.
I have a question regarding the system building, I guess, after this unit too. So somebody that if you can go on our site, find that this works for you, that we have a direct replacement solution for you, I think you're going to be really happy, because from there it actually makes the expansion for the rest of your system super easy, right?
Correct.
At that point now, equalization, everything else can be handled through here.
Exactly.
The amps and everything else, right?
Even to go over that a little bit more, we have a setting. We have your traditional equalizer, of course. Right now it's grayed out because there is no music. But let's say, for example, you end up going to, it's under sound effect. If you go down there, we have a parametric equalizer, which goes way further in depth than your traditional equalizer. We have an internal saying, it's as close to a DSP as you can get without actually having to install one.
And you know how, exactly, that's the other thing I've loved about JVC over the years, is they've made it super easy from a UI standpoint. I actually remember sitting with the JVC engineers years ago when Bluetooth first came out, and they were introducing me and a few others on our team to the new products they were doing, and I was blown away about how much care that they had with making sure that average person could get a unit and enjoy it, right? There is some beauty to like over-the-top built-in DSPs, things like that, but the average person getting this, to be able to then manipulate it, get the sound settings, you know, really where you want without having to go full DSP is pretty awesome. So that's really great. Thank you so much. Is there anything else to talk about with any of the other radios?
So absolutely. Very quickly, I will go over, because we consider this to be our universal style application. So it still requires a dash kit wire harness antenna adapter.
Like a Maestro or a Scotia.
Exactly, because I mean, at the end of the day, not every vehicle is going to be compatible with direct replacement as of right now. I mean, our goal is eventually to take over the world, but
there you go.
As of right now, we do understand that there is still a need for it. This unit will do everything that the direct replacement units can do. So 4-volt pre-outs, it's got the awesome display, optically bonded, the things of that nature.
Is it the same model number, or is it a different model number?
So this is the KW-Z1000AW.
There you go. So the AW is going to be for the direct replacement units. The 1W, when you're on our website, is more of that universal flavor.
Correct. And if you guys are already familiar with its predecessor, the Z1000, you'll be excited to know that this is not only, you know, just another updated pretty thing. It's going from a double-DIN full-size chassis to a single-DIN modular chassis as well.
So you can retain the pocket, but you also get what other features? I guess it's a much easier install, right?
Correct.
For the
yes,
average
there's
user,
going to be expanded compatibility.
That's awesome.
Now, the one last thing that I do want to talk about absolutely is going to be this bad boy. So this is the 9-inch. It's kind of bridging the gap between the double DIN units and the floating displays, because maybe not everybody wants a 10-inch unit. They want maybe something a little smaller but bigger than a double DIN.
Well, I think the other thing, as I look at this unit, and I think we see this a lot with our website and with customers, you guys, you know, if you buy a certain vehicles, you might have these controls too high, and you can't actually afford to get a 10-inch screen. And you know, for those that are out there watching, it's hard for us to document every single vehicle, obviously, in the positions of the knobs relative to things. So we encourage people to look at the different dimensions and to try to figure out what they can actually get away with, if you will, in terms of maximum screen size. Is that the, I guess, is there any other differences though between the 9 and the 10?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, this unit can do a lot of the things that the 10-inch unit can as well.
Okay.
So there's a lot of value here.
Is there anything missing, or is it more? It's mostly more of an affordable piece and a smaller screen.
Correct. It goes from 4 camera inputs of the Z1001 to 2 camera inputs with this one. Then it doesn't have that optically bonded display, but what we did instead was this matte glaze helps a lot with that glare.
Got it. So this is by going up to the KW-Z1000AW or 1W, you're going to get a better display, that optically bonded display.
More camera inputs.
Yep, and more camera inputs, and you got a little bit of matted display here, but it's still a really nice display.
No, it's absolutely awesome, because I mean, it's wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, Maestro compatibility, HD camera compatibility.
Awesome. That's great.
I mean, it's a lot for the value of this unit. You're getting a lot of radio for the value.
And then the last one over here to the right?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is going to be our newest double DIN solution.
And it's again universal, right?
Correct. Still universal, still dash kit wire harness antenna adapter. 7-inch solution, but wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, HD compatibility. Moving forward, we are trying to have all of our units compatible with those HD cameras, because again, take full advantage of the picture of these units.
And a lot of people these days like to have a front camera and a rear camera. Right? You don't want to ruin your front bumper, and you don't want to hit anybody behind you. So, so that's awesome. As far as from a salesman standpoint and a just overarching look, when you talk about 4 camera inputs, what are you seeing people using those 4 cameras for?
So realistically, left and right turn signals.
Got it.
So one of the things that our units allow us to do, especially with the integration from Maestro, is integrate those left and right turn signals to trigger those cameras.
Yes, and a really good thing for the parents that are out there watching, right? You know, you get a car, maybe an older car for your kid, right? The first car that your 16, 17-year-old driver has, you upgrade the infotainment system with something like this, and you put those cameras in there for safety precautions, so your kids, when they're turning left, turning right, they're going to be able to not hit anything. And it's also great for adult experienced drivers too.
Absolutely.
But I really, you know, I look at that because I am a dad of a 16-year-old now, and more than that, I started the company as a guy that didn't have much to my name, and I had to start with a car that needed to get a radio as my centerpiece, right? It wasn't necessarily the best car, but I had the best infotainment system at the time, so that's really awesome. Any other units for the JVC, to recover it all, Kelvin?
No, that's it.
Man, it's great seeing you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, it's been a pleasure.